feeling that I recollect in the last 19 years is a very nice combination between duty pressure and immense joy. I never thought individually these are the many games that I played for the country, this is what I've done, good or bad. But now I did it. I was going towards the decision that this next game is going to be my last. And it's a wrap.
An illustrious career of 19 years is soon coming to an end as Captain Fantastic Sunil Chhetri announced his retirement from international football on social media today. The Indian football captain Sunil Chhetri will hang his boots from international football after the FIFA World Cup qualifier against Kuwait on the 6th of June. What he leaves behind is not just a tale of dedication, skill and passion, but also the journey of domestic football landscape to great heights, specifically with his lethal goal-scoring skills. Chhetri's journey has been nothing short of inspiring. He made his national team debut back in 2005 in a friendly against Pakistan, and the then 20-year-old Chhetri bagged the sole goal for his side in a 1-1 draw. For his fans, that match marked the start of a fairy tale chapter in Indian football history. Sunil Chhetri has been named alongside the greatest of the game in the world. In his 150 appearances for India, Chhetri has bagged 94 goals and is the third highest active international goal scorer after Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Sunil Chhetri can be credited for the eyeballs the sport has garnered in the recent years, downright forcing the cricket-crazy nation India to switch its focus to football. Now, with Chhetri in twilight of his career, fans are eager to see the ace striker don the iconic Indian blue jersey one last time and dazzle the crowd like he has for years. From Virat Kohli to FIFA to fans across the world, messages of gratitude started pouring in as soon as Sunil Chhetri posted the video. Emotional, proud, nostalgic, sentiments that echoed throughout the day today in wishing Skip Sunil Chhetri a happy retirement. Let's talk more about the legacy he leaves behind. On the show tonight, I'm joined by Ranjit Bajaj. He's the owner of Minerva Punjab FC, also a former India under-19 football player. Ranjit Bajaj, good evening, namaskar. Thank you very much for joining us on Mirror Now. What a big announcement for Indian football. But, of course, as much as we'll miss Sunil Chhetri from the Indian football scene, how do we remember him? How will you remember him?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Shreya, and thank you so much, Mirror Now, for having me. See, how will we remember him? I don't think there'll be another like him. So it's a very difficult thing to replace. I'll tell you how we feel as football fans today. So I'm not a club owner or a football official. Today I'm talking as an Indian football fan who bleeds blue. We are still trying to find the next Sunil Chhetri, and I don't think we will in the near future. And that just shows not how bad Indian football is, that just shows how good he was. See, to be in the same list as Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, as the third highest active international highest goal scorer, and he was actually changing places with Ronaldo every now and then in the last 3 years for being the second and third. Shows the level, because understand why no Indian has ever done this before, because it takes a Ronaldo or a Messi to achieve the numbers he has achieved. We need more like him, because he is, like you just said, Shreya, very rightly, a cricket crazy nation was forced to turn into a football loving one because of this one man. We need more like him, and the faster we get that, the better it is for us. And to the leader, legend, and our captain, thank you so much. With hands folded, we are so grateful for your service. In fact, we would have not even achieved 50% of what our international country achieved if it weren't for your goals. You, one man, has made us Indians the pride of the world, because all of us love you with all of our heart, and we always will.
And that's probably the sentiment that has echoed throughout the day today, Ranjit. But back in 2005 is when Sunil Chhetri made his debut. In 2011, he was handed over the reins from Bhaichung Bhutia when he called on his time. How do you see that journey really from this young boy who joined Indian football to becoming the leader of the team, to leading the team into several Asia Cups, to victories that we have not seen in Indian football?
Um, Legendary. I would not. So you use words like legendary. You lose legends of the game, but I think this transforms all that. Like for example, Abhinav Bindra is known not only by shooting fans but all of us Indians. The same way it's for Sachin Tendulkar. They're football fans who are crazy about Sachin, and I think that's the same thing we say for Sunil Chhetri, that he transcends the game, and the sport, other sport lovers also love him because he's made our country so proud. In fact, 2003 and 4 was the time when he was still playing in the Delhi League as a normal club footballer, and he was picked up from there, and there began the historic journey to greatness. And to note that
Yeah.
he, in fact, is still one of the. That's a testament to how legendary he is and why he is so good. Even now, almost touching 40, he's still the fittest Indian footballer. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a crazy fan of Sunil. No, but it's the actual numbers. So the numbers which showed the latest when they took the test, he's still the fittest footballer. In fact, he gives goals to all the other footballers to what to achieve, because if he can still do this, he can still go on for 5, 7, 10 years, no problem, because he's still the fittest in the bunch. And that again shows the level of commitment he has, because he was already the best in Indian football by 2011, like you said, and handed over the reins. So he didn't grow, just be comfortable. He was always trying to move out of his comfort zone, trying to be better than what he was yesterday. And in fact, not only that, he was teaching the young Indian footballers to do the same. It was because of Sunil Chhetri, Indian football, international footballers started eating right. It was because of him we started looking after our rehab, looking after our bodies, looking into sports science, because we saw, all of us saw what he was able to do on the field, and it showed us that just because if you look after your body properly and you do what everybody does in international football, that's how you'll succeed. So he put us on the right path.
I also want to talk about the challenges, Ranjit. There have been tough times as well, whether we see the 2014 Asia Cup qualifiers where India crashed out against that match with UAE, or even in recent times where age has and did catch up with Sunil Chhetri, and that's why the announcement today, even though he has been scoring his goals, the fact of the matter is that it was very visible in the 2003 Asia Cup as well, where we did see India, not performing so well. Where do you see, and how do you see the challenges that he faced throughout this journey?
Yeah, I would beg to disagree, because it was not only him; it was the entire team which looked very, very about to about to retire. Okay,
Absolutely, of
that's how
course.
bad our performance was, and it was in fact because we didn't have any practice time, and we went straight from a league, and we played against countries who were so much better than us. It showed on the field immediately, where we were made to look pedestrian. So, but even I'm not saying that if it would have been a fresh Sunil Chhetri, we would have made a difference. We are still so far back from them. But his journey has been full of challenges. See, he does not have the natural given ability like a Haaland has, who's 6 feet 6 inches, and he can outpower or outmaneuver and physically outpower defenders. He can't. He's not the quickest, you would say, in speed of them all, but still he's there because he's one of the most intelligent footballers you'll find on the field. He's got a football brain. And in fact, I'm sure even Igor would agree with me when he says that if he's to pick somebody's brain, he would always pick his brain. That's why he's always been the captain of every team he plays, because he brings onto the field much more than just a normal footballer or a striker does. He takes the game up a lot, his own game up a level, but he makes sure he forces the entire team to take their game up a level. He does not uh, even tolerate 1% of tardiness, of being, the professionalism has to be there, not only from him, but he demands it from each and every
Yeah.
team member, and especially from the younger ones.
And perhaps that's the sign of a good leader, Ranjit. You know, you don't lead, you take everybody along. You expect that kind of perfection with everybody. That's the sign of a good leader, and that's what Sunil Chhetri has been. But Ranjit, also, you know, several times Sunil Chhetri in the past has talked about the lack of a consistent goal scorer as well. Do you think that number 9 is something that now the Indian football space will be concerned about?
We've been concerned about it, Shreya, for the last decade, because we knew one day this day will happen. It's just because how fit Sunil was that this day has been delayed till today. Otherwise, it's this constant talk about where is the next Sunil Chhetri has been heard for the last decade. And that talk will continue till the time we start playing strikers in our clubs. See, unfortunately, the way the number of foreigners were allowed in our leagues, any coach will always play a foreign striker up front. And if you play a foreign striker up front, there's no place for an Indian striker, and that's why they don't get game time, and that's why we don't develop strikers. Whereas when Sunil was growing up, that means 2011 till 2018, all the clubs he's been to, he's always been played as a striker. So he's developed that way. In fact, we are still going to keep looking for a striker until and unless we start developing our own strikers. That means playing them in that position and not depending on foreigners.
Okay, let me then ask you my last question, Ranjit. You know, of course, we'll see Sunil Chhetri continue his club football career. He's retired from international football, but do you also see him donning the coach's hat anytime soon?
Oh, he definitely can. Like I said, he has a footballing brain far anyone of all the coaches I know. In fact, he would be a very successful coach if he actually ever tries to take up the job. I don't know what his future plans are, but whoever hires him as a coach will definitely have more than just a coach on his plate, because he understands the game as well as anyone else does. And the experience, the game time experience he has, nothing else can replace that. So he's been through the worst pressure you can go through as a footballer. He's gone through all the ups and downs. He's won all the titles there are to win. So to make the transition journey into a coach, like, for example, we have Arsenal's coach, Arteta, who's done it so well, or Xavi from Barcelona, who's done it so well. Why not? And even Pep Guardiola, who's done it so well from a player to coach. Why not? Maybe he's the coach we are looking for who will take India to the next World Cup. Maybe he's the man. And thank God he retired. I really hope he starts taking up coaching, and now he can even be a bigger legend by being a legend coach.
Are people like yourselves going to hire him, Ranjit?
I would in a heartbeat. If he says that he would be a coach, I would love to do it in a heartbeat.
All right, Ranjit, we'll leave it there. Let's see what course now Sunil Chhetri takes. But thank you very much, Ranjit, for joining us on Mirror Now and sharing your thoughts on this big announcement that came in from the Indian football.